Yeah, y'all. What's up, y'all? Joseph R. Wheeler III, artist, founder, president of the ONYXCON Foundation, 501c3 nonprofit arts and creative lifestyle organization based in the ATL, Metro ATL to be exact, coming at you, giving you the best of your creative art life. That's what we deal with, art life in many ways. We represent that creative existence. And one of the ways we like to do so is we do travel content. And so with this recent situation, of Spirit Airlines' demise. Of course, that affects travelers. Of course, that affects discount travelers like myself. And I have flown, had a bad experience, had some okay experiences. I can never say I had a great experience. I've had some okay, but that's an honest from the gate perspective on it. Where the main thing I wanted to say about that is I've noticed a lot of people on here on YouTube that I don't feel are being honest about their true opinion or experiences as a whole. You know, if you add it up and give it a percentage of approval on your experiences with dealing with spirit, I don't hear enough honesty. I hear a lot of people just getting on bandwagons for sympathy. And yes, I do. Let me say this to begin with. And I'm going to be real. I'm going to say the same thing I said the first time I heard about it. For anybody who never disrespected anybody that used to work for that company, for anybody that just did their job and came home, paid their bills, looked after their family, and were making a decent, honest living from being a part of that employee staff, I feel sympathy for you. Like I would for anybody out here doing what we do as the people who serve, do work, jobs that serve the people. And I do one because I'm a courier. You know, I do other types of work that serves people too. I feel like all of the artists, we serve the people because we give y'all creative existence, which is the main reason for existing and the ambition for a life after survival. Y'all know how I feel about that. The arts are everything. And a lot of people don't know what art is, so they don't understand that statement. They think if it ain't hanging in a museum, it's not art. They don't understand when they obsessing over a pair of Nikes and all these other shoes, those are arts. Every pair of anything you ever bought, shoe, shirt, jewelry, clothes, pants, it's creative. It's an expression. It is, yes, it is. It can be a tool even that can still be designed. Everything is designed. It has to be appealing to you visually, physically, touch. You eat food, it better smell good before you even put it in your mouth, right? Food, culinary, scents, aromas. These are arts, okay? From the visual to the hearing, to the smell, to the taste, to the touch, to your third eye, to your actual essence, your actual existence, who you are. Your third eye. Are you woke? Are you open? See, real ones gotta stay woke. It's not this bullshit word that people play with. It's the real meaning of the word. Anyway, so yeah, y'all, we here for that. That's what we about. And so anyway, I want to make it clear, this thing that's going on, yeah, it affects a lot of families. And that's the other part. It affects whole communities. Like they said, 17,000 people. That's a lot. But let's also be honest about karma. Let's also be honest about, I'm just not going to get on this bandwagon that all those people, well, some of those people aren't the reason for the demise. There are people that did a poor job for a long time. There are people who created the stigma and the stereotype about the airline. It's not coming out of nowhere. It didn't happen overnight. It ain't one bad situation. Like I said, I lived it. I dealt with stuff with that company. I know how bad it could be. And then I saw the videos of everybody. I saw the one with the raccoon falling out the damn tiles at the airport. I don't know what airport that was, but and it happened to be in the Spirit Terminal. I'm like, good gosh. I saw the one where the two women that worked behind the ticketing counter almost got into a fight. Their employees about to get into a fight at work. What? Probably did do it, but it just didn't all get on camera. Then I saw, some woman was on a microphone at the daggum gate, like people about to board the plane, and she's yelling at the top of her lungs, telling people, here's what we're gonna do. You're gonna sit your ass down, and you're gonna fucking listen. She's cussing like this, and you're a customer service representative as an employee of a corporation at a job, and people paid for this flight, and she's cussing people out. And I had never even seen that video until their demise. When everything went to hell, that's when I saw that video because people was pulling out the worst. Like, you ain't seen nothing, did you? Have you seen this? I said, God, hey, like, what? That happened? Where was that? What city was that? Like, and people was looking like, whatever, man. Okay, y'all know you. It was just so pathetic. I was like, golly, right? I never forget. I always say, in terms of, it started off okay, had the fake smiles and everything for some, not all. For some of the people at the chicken counter when I dealt with República Dominicana, no disrespect to the country, I'm talking about specifically that airline. And it was when they had that cyber scare, and I always tell the story about, and this is all on video, by the way. You can see my video. Ain't nothing, ain't nobody making up a damn thing. Okay, you can watch all my Dominican videos. Just put in ONYXCON Dominican Republic. You gonna see the whole trip and all the stuff I went through, good and bad, right? And at the end, there's one video I did. I said, "Espiritu es muy mal," and I meant every damn word. Because the experience I had when they kept us in limbo, wouldn't even tell us what was going the funk on, and then after keeping us there for hours, I'm talking, went from daytime to nighttime. We didn't get the news till the next day. It was 12 o'clock. They sent us to a line to get some voucher supposed to pay us back for our canceled flight, which is total BS. And and I got it through. I had to wait for that money through. Talk about another company I ain't got no love for. Damn, Booking dot hell no. Hate them converters. Booking dot yeah hell no. Yeah, hell no. Them motherfuckers held my money for damn near a year from that same night, that same flight that got canceled. Can you imagine waiting damn near, like, it was like 7 or 8 months straight up waiting to get your money back? And that's hundreds of dollars you need. You know, I don't give a damn how rich you want to be, pretend you are. And I don't know too many people who, I lost a couple of $100. No, it's like, motherfuckers owe me some goddamn money. That's what you really saying. Don't give me the bull. Don't give me the bull. So when I see these videos, that, like I say, I do sympathize for the few, the proud, the actual good people that work for that company that are either going to get another job or will be out of work. That's completely jacked up. Completely jacked up. But for that percentage that is part of the bad karma, all I can say is the chickens do come home to roost, damn it. You go, and it's like, and I don't like when people pretend that it ain't that. Like, suddenly I see all these videos where people are like soft footing it all around the topic, because it's more popular to pretend that, the first thing we should be concerned about is all these people. Yeah, no, whoa, you saying all. I'm concerned about some people. I met some good people that worked for Spirit. I met some good people that did right by me. I met some good people who treated me right. The rest of them mofos, welcome to what you get. You know what I'm saying? That's what time it is, man. And that's what time it is with a lot of stuff. And I notice how people try to play that game like they talk big talk while it's a problem before it all ends. It's like this concept of an end of death, of end of things. I'm sorry, unaliving. This concept is not psychologically in place for some people. They don't really understand that circumstances are real. You can't do certain things and things won't end. You can't act a certain way and relationships won't end. Business, intimate, family, etc. You can't do certain things and not get an end result. It will end. So when things start to end, instead of pretending, I don't know why it got so serious like that. How did it get to this? That's so sad. Oh, you full of shit. You was watching the car crash the whole time, and when before it crashed, you was talking shit. They horrible. Well, keep some of that same energy about the truth of the matter now that it's all said and done. Let's not suddenly pretend everything was ever always perfect with this situation. And I'm not saying, again, that there weren't no good people that worked for them. Hell, I've worked for a lot of companies that the company itself is a horrible company ultimately. If you add up if it's percentages, everything in life is percentages. You add up the percentages, say, well, they did this, but then they also did this. Oh, but don't forget that time they did that. You add all that stuff up and you say, well, hey man, to be real now, 55% of this is crap. Then guess what? That's still more than the other percentage that's still worthy, good, cool. We're gonna acknowledge the other percent. You know what I'm saying? If you say something is 70% all jacked up, well, we're gonna acknowledge the 30. Because like I say, I've worked for companies that I know, I mean, the company ain't nothing I would stand on and be like, on some we stuff. We ain't no we, I just work for them fools. They some fools. I just work for them. It's a piece of shit. I just work for it. Because I gotta pay bills in this piece of shit situation. Not because I'm in love, like, oh, they're so good to me. It's been so wonderful. It has not. Be truthful, man. Be truthful, y'all. I see these videos. It didn't bother me at first because I knew there was gonna be some people like that. But I'm seeing it trending, and I'm really like, man, a lot of YouTubers, man, they so trendy. They are trendy about everything. They're like, oh, is that what we doing? Oh, okay. I was about to say how I'm kind of like, you get what you get, like what I'm saying right now. But no, that's not as popular to say. So I'm gonna jump on this other thing and get with this bandwagon and pretend that this is a sad day in America. Oh man, come on. Come on now. What happened to that was the worst customer service I ever had in my life. These people are horrible. How could you treat other people like that? Let's get back to that being a reality of the circumstances. Circumstances have consequences. Consequences have circumstances. Either way, you can put it either way. You know what I'm saying? The consequences of the circumstances. The circumstances led to the consequences. You're gonna pay the price, man. You're gonna pay the freaking price. So, and that's the other part of it. People talking about how much money they used to save with them. Man, I figured out early. And that's when I made my decision after that crisis I went through, being overseas and stuck. When they had the cyber scare, they shut down everything, and I was with that particular airline. I said, nah, man, never again if I can help it. Like, you get somewhere and it's like, well, we got another flight out and it's on Espiritu. It's like, oh, damn. All right, man, I gotta go home. Yeah, all right, let's go. But on purpose, like I booked it for myself. No, I made a decision. I said this ain't happening no more. I'm not playing this game no more. Nobody, not no, nope. Hell to the never no. Hell to the never no. You understand me? I was like, no, I'm not doing it no more. But then I learned that yeah, you're gonna pay more. But here's the reality: when you really break down, okay, the ticket was this. Okay, you had to pay for if you decided. I mean, I never bought water and stuff on the plane. It's bad enough if you buy it in the terminal. It's $8 for a bottle of regular size water. The hell? All of those crazy stuff, right? But if you mess around and get on the plane hungry, well, yeah, you jacked up. You need to just go ahead and eat that expensive ass airport food. And when you get on the plane, whatever they not gonna, give you without money, because everything's money on that plane, that airline. Okay, and other ones like it. So that's what it is. But depending on how long the flight is, you might get stuck where you just got to, all right, bump it. $5 for this mini size water or something, right? Craziness, absolute insanity. But that's the kind of nonsense that, you know, we've all, if you really flew them, if you really ever flew on Spirit, you know what you went through, man. And I just don't like how people suddenly trying to be just on the bandwagon of, but I care and I have empathy. Yeah, I do too. I got empathy for the ones who did everything for me and treated me right as a customer. I'll never forget them. And I don't look at an individual just because they in a uniform. Oh, you're that company. You're not the company. You're a person. You're an individual. I respect you for what you did for your fellow humanity. Thank you. And I hope you find a better job and another job and can continue to support yourself and your family. But for all them dirty, some of them bitches that made all them videos possible with people being disrespected, grown people being yelled at by other grown folk who know the only reason up putting a foot in your ass because I ain't ready to go to jail up in this bitch. Man, you get what you deserve. Straight up. And that's for anybody like them. And that goes for all jobs and all systems, including government ones. You can't do people dirty and pretend you didn't. And that's the lesson I hope to see people start getting out of this whole situation. I spoke my piece, and I'm standing on it.